decided by a code enforcement officer of this city. If the city is not able to prove its case, then I will dismiss the case and you may leave. These proceedings are being recorded, therefore all persons who are speaking should do so one at a time to ensure that all testimony is clearly audible on the recording device. If English is not your primary language, then please inform me when I call your case. We have a translator who will assist you during the proceedings. When your case is called, the property owner, agent for the property owner, and any witness that you may have should come forward to the podium on the left side of the room. When asked, please speak directly into the microphone and say aloud your name, your business or mailing address, and your relationship to the property. If you are not the property owner or an attorney representing the property owner, then you must present a notarized power of attorney affidavit in order for your testimony to be taken on behalf of the property owner. For new cases, you will be asked for the record if you are aware of and understand the violation that is being heard today. And do you understand what is required to resolve the violation? Please answer accordingly. The city will present its case first, then the property owner will be given an opportunity to testify on their own behalf, to bring forward witnesses to testify, to present evidence and photographs, and to cross-examine the city's witnesses. Following the case presentation, I will issue a finding of fact on the case. If I find that a violation of city codes exists or existed at your property, then depending on the case type, I will set an abatement date for the violation to be resolved. Or for repeat violations, I will impose a daily fine amount. For new, non-repeat cases, my order will include an abatement date by which you must resolve the violation and a daily fine amount that I may impose at a future hearing date should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date. If I find sufficient cause to postpone enforcement action at this time, I will table this case proceeding to another hearing date in the future. If you do not agree with my finding of fact and or ruling, then the property owner may appeal the administrative order on the case to the circuit court. An appeal must be filed within 30 days of the date of the execution of the administrative order to be appealed. In accordance with Florida statutes, if a person decides to appeal any decision made by the special magistrate with respect to any matter considered at these proceedings, then the person will need a verbatim record of the proceeding. This record includes the testimony and evidence upon which the appeal is to be based. The cost of obtaining the verbatim record shall be the sole responsibility of the appellant, and it is recommended that persons who plan to appeal their case should provide their own court reporter at this proceeding. Pursuant to City Code, if the City of North Miami prevails in prosecuting a case before the special magistrate, the city shall be entitled to recover all costs incurred in prosecuting the case. The current cost assessment amount is $100 per case. Once the city records an order that imposes a fine and authorizes a lien against the property, then the city will charge additional administrative fees to record and release the lien. Now I will ask everyone to please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
If you would please place your right hand over your heart and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our country, and then remain standing to receive the oath. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you're giving testimony in a case this evening, please raise your right hand. Take the oath. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please say, I do.
I do.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Mr. Graham, if you can announce if there are any additions, corrections, or deletions to the hearing agenda.
Yes, Your Honor, we do. The following cases are removed from the hearing calendar due to compliance prior to the call of the hearing calendar, or the cases will be postponed to another hearing.
Beginning with agenda item number 3, Annalise DeWild, case CESTR 2013-00004 is complied. Item number 6, BPI Group LLC, case CEBNP 2013-00066 will be postponed to November. Item number 7, Shanika Allison, case CEFAW 2013-00042 has complied. Item number 9, David and Valerie Delvert, case CEBNP 2013-00058 postponed to November. Turning to the next page. Item number 11, Dr. Albert and Beverly Rossman, case CELSC 2013-00001 has complied. Item 12, Eddie Garcia, case CEBNP 2013-00059 has complied. Item 14, Fannie Mae, case CEFAW 2013-00024 has complied. Item 17, Helen E. Wilbur, case CEEXP 2013-00042 has complied. Item 20, John DePazzo and Tila Tavini DePazzo, case CEECS 2013-00003 postponed to November. Turning to the next page. Item 23, Lionel Rocher and Jean-Baptiste Blaise, case CEIVY 2013-00124 has complied. Item 25, Mauricio Jalil and Marietta Marrero, case CEMHO 2013-00042 has complied. Item 27, Nancy Abuso Urbina, case CEIVY 2013-00123 has complied. Turning to the next page. Item number 29, Rachel Reeves, case CEMIS 2013-00004 is complied. Item 30, Raul and Maria Vargas, case CEPFY 2013-00123 is complied. Item 32, Realty Services LLC, case CEODS 2013-00068 is complied. Item 33, Sandra Romero Gutierrez, case CEPFY 2013-00077 is complied. Item 34, Tanvir and Abida Hussein, case CEP BNP 2013-00083 postponed in November. Item 35, the Bank of New York Mellon, case CEPOM 2013-00024 has complied. Turning to the next page. Item number 37, Yolanda Estaquillo, case CEEXP 2013-00123 has complied. Item 39, Joel Bartholin, case CEFAW 2013-00051 has complied. And item 41, Joel Bartholin, case CEODS 2013-00073 has complied. Those are the amendments to the agenda. If you're ready to proceed, we'll begin with agenda item number 21, John F. Jelke, for the property at 11410 North Bayshore Drive, case CEBNP 2013-00033. This is Code Officer Ivy Kearson's case. It was opened on May 4, 2013. It was adjudicated on July 3, 2013 with an abatement date of August 6, 2013. It was last heard on August 7th and tabled to today. And, okay. Good evening, Jerry. If you would please introduce yourself and your relationship to the property.
My name is Jerry Goodkin-Dossie. I'm the general contractor for Mr. Jelke.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Kearson will give a report on the status of the case, and then if you have any questions, you can ask him when he's finished with his presentation, and then you can make a statement to the court.
Thank you.
Code Officer Ivy Kirsten, City of North Miami Code Compliance Unit of the North Miami Police Department. Property owner is John Jelke. Address is 11410 North Bayshore Drive. This is a non-homesteaded property. The property is vacant. There are no life safety threat issues on the property. As of today, the permit has not been obtained for the work that was done, but I know that they had a lot of work that they needed to do as far as submitting the drawings and getting the architect to make out the designs for work that needed to be done, and I'll allow young lady to make her presentation.
Young.
He's kind.
I love that.
Okay.
Hello, Your Honor. We have our architect, which is Castellanos Design Studio. We've been working in the house, and we have the architectural plan, the demolition plans, the as-built of the house, and the reflective ceiling plans, and the elevations. The MEP engineer, Tupac Rea, is out of town for one more week, but his office currently is working on the plans, or I would have had him here with me this evening. And what happened was there was work done without a permit. There were no plans or specifications available in the city that we could use, plus Mr. Jackson wanted a complete as-built new set of plans for the house since it was from the 70s. So we had to go in and do a complete set of drawings of the house as it is today, and a complete set of drawings showing all the work that we have to legalize. So I anticipate within 30 days the most to have my plans in the city. After that, I know I have to go to Dade County, I know I have to go to Impact Fee, I know I have to go to WASA. Fire is an outside agency in North Miami, so I know that within 30 days my MEP drawings will get done, and I'll be able to submit that with all the permit applications to Mr. Jackson. And I printed out a copy for the file for you. Or for you.
Yeah, I have no problem with giving the additional time to submit the drawings and the plans, and I'd like to get
You
that.
want these ones?
Yes,
Here you go.
I'll add these to our file, and I don't have a problem giving them the additional time.
Okay, so you don't have any objection to us tabling this matter for
Another 30 days. That would bring it back on November 5th.
okay.
Well, November 6th would be the actual hearing date, so November 5th would be the actual abatement date. So hopefully something will be done by
Yeah,
then.
hopefully I'll be able to come in and say, Judge, I'm in the permitting process.
Would love that.
I would too.
Okay, so
Okay.
hearing no objections, then we can table it for 30 days, and
Thank you.
We'll see you back in November.
If
Thank
we'll-
you.
We'll see you in November 6th for a report, a progress report. Thank you, Jerry. To John. Well, I'll mail everything to John.
house?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, we're good. Okay, thank you.
Ivy, I'll call you tomorrow.
All right, if you're ready to proceed, we'll go to agenda item number 1, Angel Martinez.
I was under the table, sorry.
Okay. I'll repeat, if you're ready to proceed, we're going to go back to agenda item number 1.
Okay.
Agenda item 1, Mr. Kirsten's case, Angel Martinez is the property owner for the property at 2145 Northeast 123rd Street, case CEBMP 2013-00017. This case was opened on April 2nd, 2013. It was heard on September 4th and tabled to today. Ms. Good evening.
Good evening.
Please state your name for the record.
Alfredo Martinez, Angel Martinez, my father, co-owners of the property.
Okay, and Mr. Kirsten is going to give us a status report. Mr. Kirsten.
Ivy Kirsten, City of North Miami Code Compliance Unit, the North Miami Police Department. Property address is 2145. Property owner is Angel Martinez. This is a building no permit violation for the building of replacing a deck. There are no life safety issues on this property. As of today, there's still no, the permit has not been obtained. They did apply for the permit, but as of the last, as of 9/3/2013, the last entry in reference to their building permit was that they need to provide a readable survey, and there really hasn't been anything done since then. So I would like for Mr. Martinez to give us an update as far as why there hasn't been any progress.
Good evening, Your Honor. Last time I came, I told the special magistrate that the problem was that this property never had an existing plans done for this, but yet it's been done since 1997. So the city has no records whatsoever, so I have not been able to provide them with dimensions for existing waterway and setbacks, which is what they're asking me for the plans. I have the actual plans here done from my Southern Marine Construction that they made, but the city won't approve them because they want specifications that they themselves cannot provide for me. When I bought the property, there was a reoccupancy certificate from the city of North Miami with every violation that the property done, which they're all fixed. I've already fixed them all, so I'm waiting for my deposit check back now from the city. And no time was there any mention of this deck being a violation or that it was out of code. As far as
I'm sorry, this deck was put in by the
previous owner, correct.
Okay.
So when I bought the property, they had several issues, and they gave me a reoccupancy certificate with every violation that I needed to fix. And no point in time was that the deck even mentioned, but yet I inherited this violation from the city of North Miami. I have no problem with that. It's my responsibility about the property, so I'm fixing it. But since this situation is coming out that I can't get these drawings in dimension because the city can't provide for them, I'm having to probably do a whole new construction and deck from Southern Marine, which I have an agreement here, which I signed. This is a copy of it, but it's going to take me a couple months because it's $21,000 that I have to fix. So it's a hefty amount because of this violation, which honestly, if I would have known, I wouldn't have bought the property because it's costing me some money. Yeah. This is a certificate. This is a contract. It's just a copy. It's not the signed copy, but it's a contract. And these are the plans. If you want to see it. We're trying to get whatever is existing approved by the city, but they won't give me anything because they don't have actual drawings for this because they say it never existed. I went all the way to the county, and I have aerial photos that show it's been existing since 1997, and I've just bought the property less than a year ago. There's an aerial photo from the county. I went all the way to see if they had any blueprints or something for it, so I could get this thing done by the city, but they don't have anything. But yet it's been there since then. So if they could give me more, if you guys could give me a couple months or something, so I could get this done, I'll provide you guys with something. And, either that's going to be the city's going to approve whatever's there, or there's going to be something completely new built by this company, which is my contractor.
Just a question. So you submitted to Southern Marine to build a boat lift as well?
It's going to be because they can't provide that. I can't get anything existing from the city to basically grandfather show them that this was already existing. So since they're not going to give me a permit for whatever is existing, I'm going to have to build something all new, which is for that amount. It's $21,000.
Okay. I'd like to submit this.
Just for the record, I am reviewing the photograph that was presented by the code enforcement officer. I'm also reviewing the contract with Southern Submarine Construction that was presented by the property owner, as well as a copy of his reoccupancy certificate, which lists all of the violation at the time when he bought the property. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. If you see, it states November of 2012, I believe, but yet the violation that the officer gave was on April 2nd. So I didn't own the property on April 2nd, but yet when I purchased it, there was no mention of this violation. So I didn't even know that I had to fix something, from the city until later on.
Your Honor, just a point of fact on the conditional certificates of reoccupancy. Those are inspections that are completed by the Building and Zoning Division. However, inspection of decks and docks are exempted. That's not part of the inspection process. So it would not have been included on the reoccupancy inspection or on the conditional. He doesn't even look at the outside deck or dock.
So at the time of purchase, no one checked to see if there was a deck that was there illegally?
No. The onus on that would have been on the buyer.
Your Honor, with all due respect, I believe that's an error from the city, because I'm buying a property, you're giving me everything that's wrong with it, but yet you're not going to look outside. But yet, if there's a fence outside the house, they give me a violation for a permit for that. But yet they won't look at my backyard and say there's a problem with the backyard. That's a flaw in the system.
That's the way the ordinance is written.
Unfortunately, that's the way the code is written, Your Honor.
No, that's wrong.
Okay. These are yours, correct?
Yeah. Your Honor, yeah, I'm just asking for a little bit more time because it's $21,000. It's not, it's not plus $3 that I've already spent on fixing what was already existing, which they won't give me a permit for.
So there's no way for this property owner to get any information from the city, any record from the city, and therefore he has to pay $21,000 just to rebuild this deck because the city does not have a record of this?
Your Honor, it is, if I may speak for Code Officer Kirsten, who's investigated this and discussed this with me a lot. Apparently, the prior owner installed the deck without a permit. There were no plans ever submitted to the city building department for a permit to build the deck. So the deck is considered illegal construction. The property owner now has the option to legalize the deck that's as an as-built permit, if he can do so, or to build a brand new deck and do that by obtaining a new building permit, or remove what's existing there now. Okay, and if he removes what's there, then we can close the case.
Your Honor,
So that's an option, and then at some future point, if you want to build a deck, a new deck with davits and everything else, you can do that at your timetable. So that's where we are with the options here.
The only issue I'm having is since 1997, no one ever said anything about the deck. There was no violation put on the property. There was nothing. Now, all I did was it was a wooden deck. All I did was take rotten wood, which was going to be a hazard to the city, take them off, put brand new wood in. That's all I did. And then I got the violation. No problem. It's okay. My fault. But I'm telling you, they're giving me a violation for building without a permit. I never built this structure. All I did was repair an existing structure, which, to my understanding, she's letting me know that they didn't check this. But to my understanding, it should have been checked when I purchased the property. So now I'm not going to take it all apart and then have to pay $100 or $50 fine every day until I get something fixed. I'm going to already replace it, either get what existing they're not allowing me to. So I'm going to have to buy a whole new deck for my boat, which is the reason I purchased the property, which is going to cost me $21,000. And I'm okay with that. I'm going to build it, but now I'm just asking for time. Is it unfair? Yes, but I'm just asking for time. That's all I'm doing.
Your Honor, before you rule, if I could just put something on the record.
I'm sorry?
Can I just put something on the record? Because I
Yes.
didn't have it earlier when I was addressing you.
Sure.
The certificate of reoccupancy is actually laid out in Section 3-210 of the Land Development Regulations of the city. And it specifies that the certificate of reoccupancy is required to ensure that the structure is, that it was originally built for residential use and is still being utilized for that purpose, and that it's in compliance with all of the requirements of the Land Development Regulations. Now, the property owner is being cited for something entirely outside of the scope of the city's land development regulations. He's being cited under Chapter 5, Building Without a Permit. This is something that is an entirely different issue and has nothing to do with the certificate of reoccupancy. The reason that the inspector wasn't looking for that violation is that's not within the scope of what he was allowed and authorized under the code for the certificate of reoccupancy to look for. That is actually left to the city's code enforcement division to come out and spot any of those type of violations, such as building without a permit.
If I may. So for 16 years, nobody looked at it, but when I buy the property now, somebody looks at it?
Your Honor, the city does not object to giving Mr. Martinez the time that he feels he needs in order to move forward with his choice of either to remove what's there, to close the case, or to obtain the funds necessary to go ahead and install a new deck and whatever he wants. We just needed some suggestion from Mr. Martinez how much time you would require.
I would assume 2 or 3 months tops.
City would have no objection to that, and it would be agreeable to bring this back. Maybe
February.
December 4th for a report, or February would be the next hearing. So the choices would be December 4th or February 5th.
Just to be clear, if I could get February, that's fine.
Right. City has no objection to February 5th bringing this back and
Okay.
table the case for now.
Thank you, Your Honor. I really appreciate it.
Great. All right. So we'll table it, and we'll see you back here in February, or maybe not.
I'll be resolved by then. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Your Honor, the next case is Miss Christie's case, agenda item number 4. Agenda item 4, Audrey Edwards and Charmaine Salmon for the property at 875 Northeast 129th Street, case CE BNP 2013-00082. It's a new case, opened on September 10, 2013. For a carport constructed in the rear of the property. Good evening.
Good evening.
Please state your names for the record.
My name is Audrey Edwards.
Thank you. Okay, Miss Christie is going to explain how she came to site your property,
Yes.
and then you'll have an opportunity to ask any questions of her or make any statements that you desire.
Rita Lynn Christie, Code Compliance, City of North Miami Police Department. Property was cited back in June, at which time a ticket was issued for the construction of a rear carport. At which time I notified the property owner through the ticket that they needed to obtain permits for the structure that was built. As of today, no permits have been obtained.
I remember you guys.
Yes, there's a permit. There's a.
Yes, the plan is in review and permit is in process. I have, and the ticket was paid $500. I got the receipts, the ticket stubs, and I got the seal.
Okay,
I think Ms. Christie has an opportunity to review.
Yeah, I'm going to look at this, Miss Christie. This is the building department plan review routing sheet showing that it was denied by zoning and structural in July.
I actually
Miss-
obtained that myself from the
Okay.
computer.
So
The
we'll
plans were
denied in
denied
July?
by, yes, on July 2nd, the plans were denied by zoning. On the 18th, the plan was denied by structural. And that was back in July.
Weren't you guys here last month?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a ticket appeal.
Oh.
A ticket appeal case, correct.
So this was this been denied since July.
The plan had to get correction, and I collect back the plan, bring it back to the architect so he could do the corrections,
Mm-hmm.
and I resubmit it back to the city. It was signed below. The time the architect gave it to me, he talked to the lady responsible in the city for it, and he told me what to do, and I take it back there. They accept it, and it is in review one more time.
Okay, so you
Corrections.
have, let me just be clear, you have resubmitted a new plan. You made the
The
corrections
correction is being made.
Yes.
the correction is being made as we speak, or was it made and you have since,
It is being made and submit back to the city.
so it has been submitted?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, according to the document, it was resubmitted by Michael Grant back on September 30th, back to the building department. So now it has to be reviewed again by zoning and structural.
Okay,
So it was just recently resubmitted.
submitted.
With
Okay.
hopefully all the corrections that are necessary.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you asking? Okay, what are you asking?
I'm not asking nothing, I'm correcting it. I have it in proceedings to be correct. It's being reviewed, and I will check on them to see what the update is and proceed.
Ms. Christie?
I'm here because the permit has not been obtained for this particular structure.
Are you asking for an adjudication and a,
Most definitely.
all right. This is what I'm gonna do. I understand that you have resubmitted the plans. I don't know what took so long from the time you got it back in July. It was just recently resubmitted.
I didn't get it back in July. It was submitted, and I went to the city a couple of times and asked about the plan. And when I asked, the individual told me it was not ready. And to myself, it was taking long. One morning before work, I went back to the city, and the young lady go through the files. She checked the stuff, and she told me the plan has been denied.
Your Honor, the plans were, after they were denied, they were not signed back out to the property owner until September 17th, 2013. So from the
Which is when
time
he picked it up.
that Mr. Grant signed out the plans, it was like 13 days later, he resubmitted the plans.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then how much time are
What
you
is the
requesting?
case? I missed.
Hmm?
I'm not sure I understood what just happened.
They have, I mean, can you provide can Ms.
Yeah.
Christie have an opportunity to review that?
What happens in the building department when the plans are denied? What they do is they attempt to contact the property owner or the contractor and say, your plans are denied, come in and get your plans, make the corrections, and resubmit. It appears that from the time they were denied to the time that they were signed back out to the property owner was 2 months,
Mhm.
from July to
Which is
Okay,
when they
well,
came back
September.
in to get the plans.
and then when the plans were signed out, then they were corrected and signed back in 13 days later.
Okay, the unfortunate thing is, from this paper that was provided to me, I cannot see that somebody made a phone call to the homeowners.
No, they didn't, because in the first case we had, they did call Audrey. And they said they're going to call her when the plans is ready, and they didn't. That's why I checked to the city 3 times.
Okay, so he's indicating that he's you know, he's called the city and he didn't know, he was not made aware until such time when he came in September, and 13 days later, he resubmitted the plan.
Because there was no phone number. It says that clearly down here. They didn't attach a phone
They
number
did call
to get a
They
to
call
get a
Audrey
phone.
Wilson for the
first
first,
one, for the gate.
I'm
and
just
she had
reading
did
from
put
the
in both
paper.
of them together.
It says no phone number at the bottom. Just reading from the paper.
All right, I see a homeowner who's making efforts, and therefore, I want to give him a little more time.
The city has no objection to tabling this case.
So we'll table it typically, what, 60 days?
Yeah, that would be fine.
We'll table it for 60 days.
Okay.
So that means you know that you need to stay vigilant. So
Yeah, I'll
you
check
need
for
to
the
make
updates.
contact if you have to come here and see where they are with this, because the next time you come back, I depending on whose negligence, then you might find yourself with a fine.
Okay.
Until December 4th to get this finished up.
December
After they
4th.
finish it, do I have to come back and let you
All
guys
right,
know?
because
Close it up.
the architect
Over to the office
had
and
talked
close
to
it?
Miss Georgette personal, and he called me and relate everything because she needed the calculations on it, and he corrected and he told me to carry it in. Talked to her the day I carried it, she was not there.
Okay, did you
Once-
provide them with a telephone number? Because it seems like they didn't have a phone number to contact you.
I'm gonna go over there,
Yeah.
and let them.
Make sure the
make
building
sure they have
department
the
has,
phone number.
has your
Okay.
number.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
All right.
Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
tonight. Your Honor, if you're ready, we'll go on to agenda item 13. Ernest L. Renzetti Jr. for the property at 2040 Northeast 121 Road, case CEEXP 2013-00125. This is Code Officer Kearson's case, opened in July 1st, 2013, adjudicated in September 4th, 2013, with abatement date of October 1st. Good evening.
Hi,
Would you please state your name for the record?
I'm Lori Renzetti. I'm Ernest Renzetti, widow.
Okay.
And he passed a year and a half ago. I no longer live at the address, and
Okay.
I just learned last week.
Okay. Mr. Kearson will tell us about the condition of the roof at this point, and then we'll give you an opportunity to ask any questions or to make a statement. And for the record, I have been by the house and I have viewed the violation myself too. So, Mr. Kearson?
Ivy Kirsten, City of North Miami Code Compliance Unit of the North Miami Police Department. Property address is 2040 Northeast 121st Road. This is a non-homesteaded property. There are no life safety issues on the property. As previously stated, this violation was property was cited for a EXP violation for a dirty roof, and the case was adjudicated. As of today, there's still no compliance. I was by the property about 3:40 this afternoon. Roof is in the same condition as it was in my previous pictures. I'd like to submit the pictures for the record, and I'd like to show Mrs. Renzetti.
Yeah, I went there this morning too. He started cleaning it. I just learned of this last week, so we're gonna clean it. It's just that I need some time.
Can we ask you to speak into the microphone so that it's recorded?
Yeah, I went there this morning, and I have tenants in there now, and they're going to clean it. They've got a pressure cleaner, so that they're cleaning the roof. And I went by this morning, and you can see they've started it, but they started in the back, and it's not showing in the front.
Okay. So you have photographs on your phone that you want us to see?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about the paint job?
Your Honor,
Do we need just a pressure clean, or do we need it painted?
Yeah, just pressure clean.
Okay. You can table it.
Yeah,
Give us some time.
I've been by the property and I've looked at it. The property is very well maintained. The only thing is it just needs pressure cleaning to get the mold off the roof tiles. So through you to Ms. Renzetti, about how much time do you need? Do you
Just
think?
30 days.
Okay. City has no objection to tabling this to November 6th.
No, I don't.
I mean, excuse me.
November 5th would be the abatement date.
Well, there's no abatement date. If we table it, it would just come to the next hearing, which would be November 6th.
Yeah.
That would give you about 3-4 weeks to do it.
Right. And if it's completed by the end of this
Then we
week,
close
probably.
the case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if it's completed by the end of the week, just let the code enforcement officer know so
Okay.
that he can take it off the
Okay.
agenda.
So
Okay?
table this to
Table
November
it for-
6th. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for coming tonight
All right.
and stay in touch with the code officer. Thank you. All right, Your Honor, the next case is agenda item 2222, Lionel J. and Brenda M. Kelly for the property at 13910 Northeast 17th Avenue, case CEIVY 2013-00187, Code Officer Clark's case. This is a new case open on August 22nd, 2013, to repair the tires or remove a four-door Buick. Good evening. Please state your names for the record.
My name is Chantel Ellis. I'm the daughter of Lionel Kelly.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Clark.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance of the North Miami Police Department. This is in reference to an inoperable, or what we consider an inoperable vehicle, or on a private property. The property was cited on August 22nd, and I went by several times to see if the violation still existed, and to date it still exists. The property is homesteaded, and I have some pictures showing the condition of the car, which consists of a few flat tires, but only one was I was able to take on the picture, being that it was so close to the property line. The hedges on the other side, but it's just simple as to me, I thought was the tires. I'd like to submit the photo for to the owner and then to the court.
Okay.
I was over there about an hour ago. The car is still in the same condition, and I'll let them explain why it hasn't been fixed.
Miss Kelly or Mr. Kelly?
The car is an older model car, and it's hard to find those type of tires. We have to order them online, and they're expensive. So we just need more time to be able to order all 4 tires, or that one tire that's flat, because the front driver's side tire, it's not flat, it's actually busted. So it would need to just get a whole new tire. The other tires were already pumped with air.
Oh, so what she's saying is it's split. It can't even be plugged or patched or
Right.
nothing. So
Okay, so have you looked online? Do you know how long it's going to take for you to order it and get it delivered and fixed?
It should be, if I can get 30 days to be able to order it, to get the money to order it, and then have it delivered and also attached to the car.
either that, or just for until you do so, just put a good tire on it. It doesn't have to be the same size, as long as it's a good tire on the car and it's it's rollable. It can roll. So that's all we want is some operable tires on the car. I mean, whatever fits. If it fits, it's good to go.
Okay. We'll change out the tires.
Spare tire on.
Right.
Okay.
And I have no objections to giving her more time or whatnot.
All right, ma'am. Sir, we'll give you 30 days. Please do whatever is necessary to get this car operable so that you don't have to come back here in November.
Can you also waive the court fee? I know there's a court fee
Not
assessed
for
to this.
today.
No, not for today. Okay.
No, not when
Thank
we
you.
table the case.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Thanks.
If you're ready, we'll continue with case number, agenda item 36, Tyler Duchesne. The property is 681 Northeast 121 Street, case CEBMP 2013-00039, Code Officer Fitzell's case. Open on May 22nd, 2013, adjudicated on August 7, 2013, with an abatement date of October 1st, 2013. If you would, please state your name and your relationship to the property.
Tyler Duchesne, the owner.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Fitzell will give us a report on the status of the case, and then you will have an opportunity to ask any questions or make statements. Mr. Fitzell.
Ed Fitzell with the City of North Miami Code Enforcement. This case has already been adjudicated. As of today, there is no compliance. The gentleman applied for a permit, but has been denied twice. So we're here for.
Either time I was not informed of the denial. I have the permit number here. I understand from the last time I was here that it was denied. Honestly, it was like one day after that I got another notice to reappear on this date. So I'm just waiting for the dust to settle to make the necessary repairs all at once. I don't want to. I don't know why there's two different tickets or why I'm getting multiple notices. But I did, I understand that the fence was put up without a permit. I have to acquire that permit. That's understood. At the last hearing, they were saying it was denied due to the 25-foot setback. And I have pictures here of the situation is both neighboring properties behind me and to the side of me are multiple rental units. And unfortunately, they're very unsightly, very dirty. There's garbage everywhere, and that's why I built the fence originally. The first picture I have here showing where the cars are driving, and if I didn't have the fence there, previously they were driving through my yard, damaging my yard. So I have that fence going up to the sidewalk. It doesn't go to the city street, but it goes to the sidewalk. And then I also have pictures of the two neighboring properties to me that have identical fences with the exact same setback running right up to the sidewalk, which is why I was just matching what the neighbors were doing there. And then I have pictures of the trash and the situation with the rental units that I'm trying to make it look good. That's all I'm trying to do.
You want to share those pictures? You want to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your Honor, through you to Mr. Duchesne. Have you talked to anybody in the zoning department about getting an administrative variance or applying for a variance?
I haven't. I was in touch with a few people. I can't remember their names, to be honest with you. I'd have to look up the emails, but they had said they reviewed the property and they couldn't make any exceptions. I'm hoping that by showing these pictures you can understand my situation and, allow me to keep the fence as, it is built up to code. It's strong, it's stained, it looks good. It's not, I maintain my property as best I can.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, this is the zoning in the building department. Georgette, she's the one that originally denied this back in July about the setback. And then I guess just recently, Mr. Duchesne must have went into the office again with your permit because it was denied again, stating that not just about the 25-foot setback, that the 4x4s need to be facing his property. And if he didn't want to change that all about, they asked him to either remove it and put a chain link fence or put wood to hide the 4x4s to the adjacent property.
I mean, there's already a chain link fence on the other side.
The chain link fence where the 25-foot setback is.
Oh, it's just in the 25-foot setback?
Has to be transparent, maximum 5 feet high.
Instead of the wood?
That's what it says. They must have informed you when you were in the office there.
No, I never went to the office. It was via email. Everything was. I think those readings you have there are probably by email. Is my guess. I went to the office one time to get a permit. I have that permit number here. I was never informed that it was denied.
Okay, so it's denied, and Mr. Fitzel was trying to give you what it is that you need
Right.
to
I understand
do
the
to bring it
setback.
up to. I'm sorry.
The 25-foot setback, like he's saying, you know, I have the pictures of the neighboring properties that have the exact same fence as mine. I don't understand. I mean, if I don't have that fence there, they were driving through my yard. So I put the fence there. It's not blocking anything or anyone. It's just giving me a little privacy. That's all it's
Okay.
doing.
Well, the
You're-
building,
you're
what the
really-
building department is stating is that remove the wooden solid fence and put in a chain link fence for the 25-foot setback.
So I can see all their garbage. I mean, it was all chain link fence around
On
the
the other hand,
property.
the only other choice he has is, like Mr. Graham said, apply for a variance. But this has been going on since May 22nd. So.
I mean,
Do you
I don't know
understand
how
the
you
violation,
necessarily
sir?
apply
Do you
for a variance. I don't know what that all entails. I'm new to owning a house. I've only had this house a few years. I'm learning. So, you know, however I can help, I just want a good-looking property. That's all I want.
Okay, I think that you need to go there and make the time to go and sit down and talk to
Absolutely.
someone
I
so
can do
that
that.
you know you understand clearly what needs to be done, because clearly it's a violation, and this case was already adjudicated, and I don't want to, you know, for you to start accumulating. Well, no fine amount was established at the hearing yet, but
There was a
Yo-
fine of $350 that I have here previously.
There was
that's for
a
a
civil
different.
ticket.
That's for the civil ticket. I recall. I remember that.
I guess I don't understand. I don't know that. I don't understand the two-notice
All right.
process.
Have you called Mr. Fitzel? Have you had an opportunity to talk to him, because he's been
I've
doing this long
spoken
enough?
with Mr. Graham.
Okay. Mr. Fitzel.
Well,
I've never
it's
been
your call.
contacted by phone.
I mean, if you want to give him another 30 days for the extend the abatement date to see if he can get a variance, I have no
Yeah, we
problem
can do
with
that. However, I have to.
But on the other hand, if it doesn't get a variance, he's going to have to
Yeah.
do as the building department asks, to remove the wooden fence and put a chain link fence up for the 25 feet,
Like 90 days.
and to cover up the 4x4s on the adjacent property.
Your Honor, the city does allow for property owners to apply for variances in certain cases. Certainly, Mr. Duchesne can go speak to the zoning administrator, Joanne Martin. She will explain the process for applying for a variance, and this would go before the city's, if not planning board, it would be the
They have a committee that
blanking
meets.
out. There's another board that reviews requests for variance, and very well, this could go all the way to city council. The process can take anywhere from 30 days to apply, and then 90 days even to get on the calendar for another hearing before the planning, and even get to council. So I would recommend we go ahead and table this to November 6th to give Mr. Duchesne some additional time to meet with city staff, and then to make a informed decision whether he wants to apply for the variance. There is additional cost for doing so, but I think the city staff could explain the options. Then Mr. Duchesne could decide what he wants, how he wants to proceed in this. So I would recommend we come back for a report on November 6th.
Fine by me.
Would that be
Yeah,
okay with you?
that's fine. I just need to know who to contact.
All right, we'll provide the information. It's
Okay.
Joanne Martin in the zoning department. She's
Sure.
the zoning administrator, and she's the most knowledgeable person as far as
That's all I need.
applying for variances.
And then as far as the the previous ticket, can I hold on to that as well until we get this all settled at once?
That
We-
one was adjudicated.
That was already adjudicated, and if you, as far as payments,
That's
we
not before us.
that's
today, is
not
it?
before us, but we could certainly work out whatever you need to help you.
Yeah,
out.
I would like to, take care of it all at once.
Okay, we'll just
That's
hold
okay.
that in abeyance, but that was at a different hearing.
Right.
But-
I mean, it's the same issue.
But well, we're pledged to help the residents in resolving
I-
issues.
I appreciate it.
All right, sir, so we'll table this for 30 days so that you can have time to meet with city staff and educate yourself and know what your options are. And so when we come back on November 6th, then you can have a clear answer as to, you know, how we're going to proceed with this.
Sure.
Okay? Thank
Not a
you.
problem. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks. Yeah, or stay in touch with Ed or come in the office, give us a call. Your Honor, the next case is agenda item number 10. Item 10, Mr. Kearson's case. Daisy B. Valdez for the property at 1915 Northeast 119 Road. Case CE SEA 2013-00002. This case was opened in July 9, 2013, adjudicated September 4th, 2013. Excuse me. An abatement date of October 1st, 2013. Fine amount is already established. The property owner was not at the last hearing. Good evening, sir. Please state your name for the record.
Hi, my name is Nelson Valdez. I'm a property owner and also a contractor.
Thank you, sir.
The subject property is subject to a foreclosure litigation that's been ongoing for some time. In an attempt to resolve the foreclosure with the banks, we have proposed a remodel of the home to be able to sell it and satisfy the debts. This negotiation has been ongoing for probably since March or so. We still don't have a determination by the banks of whether they're going to allow it or not. In anticipation of a positive result from the negotiations, we went ahead and I think it was in March or April, we put a new roof on the house because the roof was in bad disrepair, and seeing that hurricane season was on the horizon, it could have posed a big problem for the community and also for the property. There's been other small violations on the property during the past year that we've been able to correct in a timely fashion. Obviously, the seawall situation is a serious situation, and it's a very costly situation. I'm waiting to get back written quotes from a couple different contractors that specialize in seawall remediation. Verbally, I have figures in $40,000 to $50,000 range. So this is not something that can just be I can't just go to the piggy bank and whip out 50 grand. So what we're asking is just some more time to, number one, make sure that we're going to be able to not only just fix this issue but also remodel the entire property. I could forward you emails that have been sent to the bank distressed asset division that shows among other things my resume and also budgets for the remodeling, which is around $100,000. So this is part of a larger issue. It's not just the seawall, and we're just asking for a little bit more time.
How much time?
Ideally about 60 days. Obviously, our intention is to get this done, resolved as quickly as possible, not take as long as possible. I don't see, realistically, I don't see it being resolved in 30 days. So I don't want to come back here in 30 days and be like, we need more time.
Your Honor, thank you, sir. I'd like to get a report from Mr. Kearson to find out if he's been to the property recently and the extent of the damage to the seawall, and if it's extended, the damage is extending or not.
Ivy Kearson, City of North Miami Code Compliance Unit. I was out to the property last week, and the violet, and it's pretty much the same as far as the cracks. I like to show you the pictures, but my question to you, Mr. Valdez, is when you say that you need 60 days, do you think you will be able to get a contract with a company within 60 days? Because this is a lengthy process.
Yes. Right now, we are in what I believe are the final stages of negotiations with both banks, because there's two mortgages on the property, and we have there's positive communications and whatnot. So as soon as they give us the green light, I mean, I got architectural plans done. I got everything ready to go to move to move very quickly. I would expect that within 60 days that we would have the issue resolved and not fixed, but a contract in place, permit process moving forward, all these things moving forward.
All right. Your Honor, can I suggest both to Mr. Valdez and to that Mr. Kirsten that we go ahead and since it's already been adjudicated, we table this to December 4th, come back with a report, and by that time, by December 4th, you would need to provide us with a signed contract for the repair of the seawall.
Okay, that's fair.
And then at that point, you could provide us with a timetable for the work to be done, and then we would provide you with the time. Once we see a signed contract, we know you're proceeding, then we would know how much longer you need to be able to bring this to completion.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much.
Try to find a fair and equitable.
Yeah, no, I believe me. It's. I believe, Mr. Kirsten, you said that this violation was opened in July. Right, it must have been within a couple weeks of me going out in June. Was when a lot of I was there with a lot of my subcontractors to put together a budget for the repairs to the home, and at that point, the seawall, there was nothing wrong with the seawall. So this is something that must have happened within a few weeks. If you like, I can provide you with the budget that was made for the repairs and remodeling that was made, and you'll see that no repairs to the seawall was included in it because it didn't seem like there was anything wrong with it.
Well, this came to me as a complaint. And I actually went out. I was out on a boat with our Marine Patrol, and I was able to take pictures. I don't believe you were here when we at the last hearing. I like to just show you pictures, and I like to submit pictures to you as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So you see the cracks there.
Yeah.
See them here, mainly here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not bad for it to get worse.
No, yeah, it's a serious issue because it could affect the integrity of the foundation of the home and neighbors' homes. So, we're definitely not taking it lightly. But again, if this was like a $5,000 fix, it would have been done. But this is it's expensive, no matter how you slice it.
All right. I reviewed the photographs that have been submitted by the code enforcement officer, and he has already indicated that he doesn't have any objections to us tabling this matter until December, so we can give you ample opportunity to work on trying to get this done.
Okay.
Or at least have a contract that we know that the work is going to get done.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Do I get like some kind of copy of saying that this? You send this? Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. No, I don't know who it is. You want to check and see? Your Honor, we'll go to agenda item 31, Ms. Christie's case for Raymond and Chrismine Dalcine for the property at 1280 Northeast 135th Street, case CEMHO 2013-00027. It's a new case opened on May 10, 2013. It was heard on September 4, 2013, and tabled to this evening's hearing calendar. And this was to a leaky roof with the ceiling falling in. The roof needed repair. The ceiling on the inside of the bedroom needed repair. Okay.
He needs a translator.
Okay. Mr. Gene Lewis, who's the city translator, will assist. Thank you.
Good evening, Gene Lewis, city interpreter.
And
I am Chrismel Dalson. I was told to fix the roof, but it wasn't major, but I did fix it.
It's okay. Miss Dowson wait for the code enforcement officer. She'll present her case, then we'll give you an opportunity to speak.
Okay.
Vito
Ms.
and
Christie.
Christie, Code Compliance, City of North Miami Police Department. This case was opened back in May in regards to a minimum housing opening in a one of the rear bedrooms. Property was notified. I have spoken to the owner since the last hearing. I was at the property. I explained again what was needed and what was stated that was needed. I'll let her present if she has that with her today.
Merci, officier Christie. Depuis 10 mai, nous sommes sur question de aller vérifier nous que le travail qui fait dans la qui pas. Le travail qui fait dans le bedroom dans l'été à vérifier tout bail pour que il sera présent.
Non, tout bail fixé. Je te rendez-vous aujourd'hui à me retourner, me fixer tout bagage.
I've fixed everything and I have an appointment to come today. I've already fixed everything. September 4th I came, but I have an appointment to come back today again.
Okay. I was at the property. I did speak to Miss Chrismane and the gentleman that was, which I believe was a relative, that was at the property at the time. And want to tell her that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she understands. Did speak to her and explain to her it's not a matter of fixing the roof because I can't go to the top of the roof to verify it. And we're not asking for anyone to go. What she does need to do is have the contractor sign off to say there is no actual leak and put a seal on it. Put a seal on it to say he did verify that the roof was not leaking.
Officier a dit que les clair sur ça, il était allé expliquer tout le bagage. C'est roof là pour vérifier, pour jouer un contracteur pour vérifier s'il pas leak, s'il pas couler.
Il va couler, il va gagner là, descendre bas côté TPT, il va qui fixé, après il va gagner toute la pierre tomber, il va gagner tout tomber.
Even though it's raining right now, there is no leak, there is no water falling at the house, but he did fix it. He had somebody fix it.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any photographs? When was it that you spoke to Miss? Is it Miss Delson? Mrs. Delson? Okay.
I spoke to her on September 19th, which is the day I hand delivered the notice to her in the backyard, because she walked me all the way in to the backyard with the gentleman that was going to be fixing the roof. I explained to him, which he understood, and he explained to her. And she understood at that point, and she said she understood. She was very upset, but she understood because she even explained to me how much it's going to cost her to get a contractor to sign off on the paperwork where she could have the gentleman that was there fix the roof. And I explained to her, since he's not a contractor and he's not a licensed contractor, and we're not going to be verifying if the roof is repaired or not, she needs to have someone use their seal and just test the roof to see if it's still leaking. She understood. And she said she understood. She was upset, but she said she understood. And I told her I'll see her today.
Qui fait me fâché parce que monsieur qui était dans la s'esprit il fait il te pété en dans closet là mais roof là descend pas là il relait mon en dedans quand moi vinn faire inspection c'est ça me fâché mais m'était fâché.
The reason why I get mad is not for what you said, but the guy who was living in the house, he did it on purpose because he didn't want to pay the rent.
I understood that.
Il n'a pas payé, il n'a pas sorti, et puis il fait 4 mois dans le cas aller dans le côté pour lui, puis il mettait dehors, mais lui-même, il pétait dans la closette là.
I even went to the court for him to get him evicted, but he did it on purpose.
Okay.
Let me inquire slowly from Miss Dawson. Miss Dawson, has the work completed? Did the gentleman do the work?
I have no idea.
So we have received nothing.
Nothing
we
at
haven't
all.
received anything from Ms.
No.
Dalston and stating that, one, the work was
Was
done,
done,
and two, it was done up to
by a
par
contr-
by a contractor. So does she have it? Do you have any documents, ma'am, that the work was done and have a contractor signed off on it that says that there's no leaks?
Est-ce que vous pouvez prouver que le contracteur qui boit une preuve que pas de leak, qu'elle va couler? Est-ce que vous avez fait travail ça contre contracteur?
M'te pon contracteur, il m'a demandé.
Est-ce que les licenciés?
Si nèg la il bam 4 li, mais m'pa connaisse licence m'te bam 4 li.
I found an handyman who did it for me. I don't know if he's licensed or not, but he was able to do it.
But moi fixer tout bagay parce que m'ba wè li kan il pa te gen gros leak, but m'ba wan.
He did fix it, but I don't see any leak. I thought it was fine.
Do you know, just so Miss Christie, are you saying that you communicated with her via the handyman that was there?
I communicated with her because she every time I have been to the property, because I've been to the property on several occasions, every time I've spoken to her, she's always done what I've asked her, and she's understood me. The handyman that was at the home at this time, which I believe is related, I explained the situation to him. He responded to me and pretty much verbally communicated back what I said to him, and he understood. He then explained to her again in Creole what I said.
Except we're not sure whether he told her exactly what you said, because if he stands to make money from this work,
I believe he was related.
Well,
he's the person that actually does her like fixes up her property and paints and stuff like that.
Okay. Can we see photographs of the ceiling? Thank you. And this was taken back in May?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't live there.
Okay, Ms. Dalston, are you saying that all this have been fixed?
Yes, everything fixed.
Okay.
It don't have a leak, nothing. There's some fix inside, down. It don't have nothing.
Right.
That's
The
my house.
only problem is this: you don't have the what's the word that I'm looking for? For lack of better words, you don't have the proper credentials to basically tell us whether or not there's a leak. You need a contractor. This is what she's trying to tell you. You need someone who has the proper license to look over the work that has been done, to give you a paper, right? A signed document that says the work is done, it's done well, it's good work. You understand? So that Ms. Christie,
ou même personnellement vous dire que le travail a bien fait parce qu'on va contacter, on va licencier, ou besoin contacter un monde qui licencié.
Dans la poste là, on prend papier, vous voyez bam nan me relé, inspecteur après venir inspecter, pas de monde qui te répondre moi.
When I received the paper, I called the inspector to come and verify. No one replied.
What?
No.
I still have the paper. I did call. No one replied to inspector. Actually, the room, somebody is living in there.
I'm not sure who she's calling because she didn't get a permit for it, so there's no one in the city she could call.
Right.
I was actually at the property. I'm the only person I know have given her paperwork when I was walking away, because I spent about a half an hour to 45 minutes at the property just talking to them, explaining the situation, and the gentleman said, which he also said, okay, we'll get a contractor, we'll find someone.
M'a connais qui est sur elle parce que moi-même personnellement m'a allé la place là, moi parler avec monde qui a fait travail là, m'expliquer nous tout bail clairement. Par contre,
Moi-même
qu'est-ce
qui
que tu
parle
es
avec
appel?
derrière, c'est moi-même qui t'ai poigné, t'es venu pour ton papier, me dit venez ouais après ça, monsieur parle ensemble avec lui, parle avec monsieur.
I'm just for the record, I'm listening to her speak. She really does not understand. She does not understand. She doesn't understand what it is that she needs to do. Do we have a Creole speaking person in any of the department? No, I'm saying to be able so that she could sit down with so that
Yes,
they
we
can
do.
tell her what it is that needs
We
to be
actually
done.
do. I can actually bring him to our home tomorrow.
Okay, because she really
Basically, she was told everything. She was told what to do, but she didn't contact any contractor, licensed contractor.
Your Honor-
She just contacted an handyman.
Your Honor, she needs to get a licensed roofer to come to her house, to go on the top of the roof, to look at the area where the leak was, and to provide our just a letter to her saying, I'm a professional roofer, I've looked at your roof, and if there was a repair done, it was done properly, and he signs his name and submits that to Miss Christie.
That's what we said the last
All right.
time.
So
And that's what I explained at the house.
We're reaffirming what Miss Christie has said.
Correct.
And we will we'll have if she can
Jean.
come, and we have a code officer, Jean Dumont, and he will be glad to explain it and sit down with Miss Christie and explain it so we can get this fixed.
C'est
And
le
I-
message à te bon dernier hearing là, ou besoin jeune contracteur qui est licencié pour venir vérifier ou pour connaître s'il leak ou non. Ou pas connaître pour connaître s'il leak ou non.
Parce que moi, je me regarde les lapes, il y a tombé les finis, on met un monde qui est en dedans. S'il te coule, il te crase, il ne va pas rentrer dedans. Il te rete. C'est ça que fait qu'on n'est pas. Il va craser, il va liquide.
So since somebody is living there, so that's mean there is no leak, there is no water falling in.
Is
All right, we're going around in circles here. We're not going to
table this to
wasting time.
November.
Let's table
this
it.
to November.
We're giving you 30 days. You need to Miss Christie is going to bring someone to your house to explain to you what needs to be done. I do not want this case coming back here, Ms. Delson, and you saying that you don't know what it is that we're requesting of you. So when they come to your house, you need to listen to what it is that they're asking you to do, and you need to follow up with what it is that needs to be done, and make sure that the code enforcement officer has the right information so we can close this case. Otherwise, we will find you guilty, and we will order you to pay a daily fine amount, basically a penalty, if you don't comply. This violation needs to be fixed. Just you eyeballing the ceiling and saying, I don't see any water, it's raining, there's nothing coming down, then that means there's no leak. It's not true. And in fact, it could cause bigger problems for you later on.
N'abord 30 jours pour résoudre situation. N'abord un inspecteur pour expliquer tout bagaille noir sur blanc pour pas gagner excuse. Nous voulons faire mes quatre ça. Si ou pas attendre dans ça, on va commencer à payer fine qu'on y a payé amende pour.
Ok, pas de cas pour moi, je menti. Pas de cas, je menti.
I'm not lying, so I don't know.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Delson.
Okay, thank you.
Merci, bonsoir.
So dégagez.
Okay, Your Honor, we're going to proceed for the next case is agenda item number 8, Christina and Miles Rendick and Christian Moberly for the property at 12400 Croton Road, KCE BMP 2013 00074. Mr. Kirsten's case for an iron fence without a permit. It was opened on August 16, 2013. It's a new case. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Please state your name for the record.
Miles Moberly.
Thank
You
you.
said number 8, right?
And I'm sorry, I
Agenda
didn't
item
know I had
number
to
8.
sign in when I came in.
No problem. We found out who you were. Thank you. Mr. Kirsten will explain the nature of the citation, and then he'll give you an opportunity to ask any questions and then make any statements to the court. Mr. Kirsten.
Okay. Ivy Kirsten, City of North Miami Code Compliance Unit of the North Miami Police Department. This property address is 12400 Croton Road, and the property owners are Christina Ridnick and Miles Mobley. This is a homesteaded property. Property is occupied. No, it's not occupied still. Okay. All right. The property, this isn't a life safety issue. This property was actually cited back on August the 16th. I received this via complaint. I noticed that the property owner had some men out there removing the existing fence and putting up what seemed to be a new fence. I checked our permit records. There was no sign of any permit on file. A civil violation ticket was issued at first, and then I sent out a notice of violation letter. As of today, there's still no permit on file for the fence. I'd like to submit the pictures for the record.
Mm-hmm.
All right, reviewing photographs that were taken on 10/2/2013. Okay, sir, beautiful fence, but what's going on?
No, this was always a repair. I have a copy of the work proposal. I had talked with Officer Kierson before. It was no new construction. I have pictures of the existing fence before. I made the mistake. I'm new to the area. I didn't know that I have to get a permit for repair.
Right.
It's the exact same fence as before. A portion of it was taken out, refinished, put back in order, and placed back in as it was. I have the copies of the photos before.
Okay.
I have the work order saying that it's a repair. There is a little part that does need to be put in a new fence. I went over everything with Ivy of what I need to do, which I'm new to the area. I don't know all the permits. I'm up to speed. I know I got to do an owner affidavit because I'm capable of doing it myself and know the regulations, put in the fence repair permit, and I think I'm going to be back on track.
Okay.
I think.
Did you go
Okay, I'm sorry. I
today?
talked to Ivy earlier today. I was trying to get I was oriented downstairs. I tried to get a copy of the survey of my property right over my head. I don't know where to get this. I tried to access everything online. I actually have a copy of something, but I don't think it's going to be enough formal to submit to as a copy of the survey. I was able to get it, the plat and the page, and a copy of the division, but this is new territory for me. I don't know exactly what's required. The lady said I should have it with the copy of my warranty deed. I do not. So I'm sort of in a gray area, and I don't know if a photocopied version outlining the layout of the property, saying what's going to repair it is enough, or if I need to do something else. So.
Your Honor, Mr. Mobley will have to get a survey from a surveying company of his choice. It seems like that he's prepared to do the work. I recommend we go ahead and table this till November 6th to give him time to obtain a survey and submit the application. Hopefully he'll get the permit, and then we will not be back.
Is there any way to give me more time? I travel a lot for work. I'm here like about 1 week out of the month.
Well, we'd like to see that you get your survey and submit your application by November 6th. That would, and then if you have submitted it, that will stop any further action.
Okay.
That'll give you 30 days.
And how come I have to get a survey?
If the building department does not have a copy of the survey in their filing cabinet, then you'll have to get a new one.
Okay, and how can I find out if they do have a copy?
If you contact us tomorrow, we'll run over there and try to find one for you.
Say that again, I'm sorry?
We'll try to find one for you, but stay in touch with Officer Kirsten.
Okay.
If there is none on file that we can use, then you'll have to go to a surveying company
Okay.
and have them just do a quick survey.
Okay.
So.
Do you understand, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so basically we're
I mean,
giving you
what
30
I'm
days.
not clear about is that, you know, I guess you do, if it's just a repair, if you're going to lift a finger, you need a permit. Is that the case? Or, I mean, that's where it's a gray area, and I'm
That's
new to
pretty
the
much
area.
it.
I've been here for about 6 months. It's all new to me. I
Yes.
come from a different culture, a
Yes.
different world.
Don't cut any trees. Don't trying to change the paint color without contacting the city. That's
So
true.
If I'm gonna paint, if I'm gonna do anything, it's a new permit.
Yes.
Or can I do a permit? One permit covers various things,
No.
or each permit is a particular item.
Correct. Yes.
If you do any structural work, any plumbing work, any air conditioning work, any electrical work, any general construction, then that exceeds $500 in value, you must have a permit.
Okay.
Okay. Great. All right. So we'll table it for 30 days and at least get the application in.
Okay.
And
And
stay in
then-
contact with Mr. Kirsten.
And then I have to come back on November 6th, or I have to address it and have it be in order?
If you have your survey done and your building permit application on file with the city, then we will not bring you back on November 6th.
Okay. Awesome. Okay.
Great.
Thank
you, sir.
Okay, Your Honor, we have about 14 more cases where the property owner, or attorneys or agents or other people are not present.
We'll take a 5-minute recess.
Okay, 5-minute recess, and then we will reconvene.
Thank you.
And if you would, we will thank our Officer John Ferris for being here tonight. Thank you. We appreciate it, and we will again thank our translator Gene Lewis for being here tonight. We'll discharge him at this time, and we are at recess for 5 minutes.
No, you get no send off. I mean, and you're directly in front of him, and he ignores you.
Wait, I'm not done. And since I see our assistant city attorney is packing up, we will thank her for her appearance here tonight. We are at recess.